Hey, good Monday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Studios with your weather update here on your August the 24th, 2026. Sure turned out to be a pretty nice day here across North Georgia. A lot of blue skies, not really a cloud to be seen, and very low dew points. So although it's still warm outside, we definitely didn't have any kind of a heat index or feel like temperature I have to worry about here for today. I'll give you an example. Right now I'm at 91 and my feel like temperature is exactly 91. So though still warm, I'll take the win here with the lower humidity. Now, before we get rolling here to this full report, if you're new here to our YouTube channel and you live anywhere across North Georgia, let me introduce myself as your personal weatherman on a mission to turn this into a professional 24-hour weather channel. And boy, could I sure use your help. It's all about the subscribers when you're doing something like this, and it doesn't cost you anything. So please consider subscribing to the channel, and more importantly, make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future weather updates, as well as being alerted whenever we do exclusive live severe weather coverage here for North Georgia. All right, let's go ahead and get into today's report, shall we? Take a look at that beautiful sky there in Dahlonega. A lot of clear skies, just a few high clouds here and there, looking very nice indeed for this afternoon. And here in Brazelton, really a nice deep blue sky here, a little bit of a gentle northwesterly wind, and feeling pretty good here across our area. A quick look out in the tropics real quick. I wanted to go ahead and knock this out first as, we're getting closer to the heart of the hurricane season. We do have two areas of disturbed weather out there. We have this one out here in the middle of the Atlantic. Not worried about that one. That one's showing about a 50% chance for development. And this new tropical wave here coming off the African coast is showing about a 60% chance. Our next named storm is Dolly, so we'll see which one of these two will become Dolly here soon. And I will say the one that's out coming off the African coast, the models have been pretty aggressive with it. We may potentially get our first hurricane of the season, although if it does form, I think this thing stays offshore. We'll keep an watchful eye on it for you. Okay, local radar, it is quiet here for today. We got one more day of it staying quiet. And then we got some wetter weather coming back at us here, as you probably need the umbrellas as we go in late in the day on Wednesday. And looks like that's going to linger at least through the end of the week. So looking at our regional radar, as you can see where a lot of the storms are, you see those warnings that are crawling down the bottom because it's just kind of clipping some extreme South Georgia there. You've seen a lot of this down here toward Mississippi and Alabama, Florida Panhandle, Louisiana getting hit here with some pretty good storms. You can see the explosion of the showers and storms along that boundary as well. But again, we're on the dry side up here and staying nice here for one more day thanks to that high pressure to the north before we see things begin to change in our backyard. Watching some warnings, we do have some dirty air. That's definitely been a problem. We've, gone most of the summer without really having any air quality days, and we've had like 3 of them here in the last week. So definitely could use a little rain to give the atmosphere a bath, and I think we're going to get that here in the coming days. So hopefully that if you're sensitive to bad air, especially late in the afternoon, early evening hours, we'll kind of settle this down. We may have one more day like this for tomorrow before we see things begin to change. All right, looking at our current temperatures out there, it's still warm out there for sure. I mean, there's 90 degrees down there in Atlanta, 92 in Stonecrest. You got 90 up there in Lafayette, 88 up in Toccoa. Nice up in the mountains, though, low 80s up here. So, again, a warm day, but again, without that humidity, it's definitely a welcome sight there. Thunderstorms obviously staying down to the south, but that's going to change here. That's your day 1 outlook there from the Storm Prediction Center. Day 2 keeps it south. Like I said, we got one more dry day. You got the marginal risk for severe weather down there across South Georgia. And then day 3, a general thunderstorm threat comes back at us here going into Wednesday. Now, with that being said, it's still a bit on the warm side, and even though it's just a general thunderstorm threat, it wouldn't shock me to see a strong thunderstorm or two potentially, especially if the model's to believe here going into your Wednesday afternoon. All right, excessive rain outlook here. Obviously, the heaviest rains are down to the south here for today, so we don't have to worry about your Monday, your Tuesday looking good. Wednesday, we sneak a little bit of rain there across the western portions of Georgia with some some pockets of heavy rain here, and then a little more North Georgia, except for maybe the extreme northern counties here on Thursday, and then Friday that kind of shifts down to the south as the boundary begins to shift south as well. So let's look at our latest rapid refresh model run here as we're kind of looking here over taking us into the end of the week here. So I'm going to slow this down here again. As we're going into your Tuesday, that's what we're kind of watching here as we go into your Tuesday. Staying dry, so throughout the day, nothing to worry about there. All is down to the south. Now, what happens when we go into Wednesday? All right, let's take a look at your Wednesday afternoon. Trying to bubble up a little bit of activity there. You can see just kind of spotty. Nothing really too widespread in here, but you got some spotty activity there on Wednesday. And right now, it's still tracking, looks like Thursday. There's your Wednesday late. You're seeing a few of those storms in there. Let me zoom in a little bit closer here so you can kind of see that it is kind of favoring the eastern zones, and that's what the earlier run was showing as well. So that's there on your Wednesday. with some scattered storms, settles down overnight, obviously, and then we'll see what we get on Thursday afternoon with the daytime heating. There's some more storms there firing up once again, so looking wet there right through Thursday, and I think we'll see some more activity there even on Friday. So at least some needed rains coming back out after a little bit of a dry period here across our area. So looking at the maps here, as we kind of got this looping on through, we got that boundary just kind of sitting down here, not really moving all that much, but its proximity is going to be helping to enhance that rain threat, I think, as we go toward the end of the week, as it kind of works back north. And then there's another little disturbance here cutting right down to the south. So that'll be happening as we go into Thursday and Friday, obviously. So the forecast calls for one more dry day. Still looking at mid-60s there in Gainesville. It was 60 degrees at my house this morning, and there was a lot of 50s out there. I don't think we'll see as many 50s here for tonight, but looking at a high of 91 there in Gainesville. Morning lows here showing up on the high-resolution model here, not showing any 50s, but we still got plenty of 60s out there. We got 60s up here, and 68 in Jasper, 65 Calhoun, 70 down in Atlanta, although Atlanta's probably going to be warmer because of the urban heat island down there. But as we go into the afternoon for tomorrow, another warm day. See Atlanta up to 93 there, 90 in Adairsville, 89 in Toccoa, so 95 in Madison. So these are above normal because normal high, like for Gainesville, is supposed to be 86. Atlanta's 88. So we're definitely running on the hot side here as we go into your Tuesday. Regionally looking like this. Again, it's kind of hot all across the southeast. Obviously, still a lot of 90s out here. A little bit cooler up into the mountains up there as they get that little bit of slightly drier air up that way. But the moisture is starting to come back at us, and that humidity is going to start coming back up at us as well. So the next 7 days are looking like this, as we're going to see dry day for Tuesday, some scattered storms as we showed you on Wednesday, probably late. Looks like it's kind of favoring the early evening hours between 6 and 8 on Wednesday. And then high rain chance there on Thursday and on Friday at 70, 60%. And then we kind of tapering off to the weekend. The weekend's not looking too bad there, as we should dry it going into next week. But above normal temperatures predominantly sticking with us here as we go through the next 7 days. No real fall air mass just yet, and hopefully that'll change going into September. Now, with the threat of rain and storms coming back at us, if you've not downloaded our free weather app, absolutely free. It doesn't cost you a dime. And I tell you, the feedback I've gotten from a lot of folks out there has been very positive. They really do love this. So if you got an Apple phone or an Android phone, you just go ahead and download that at the Apple Store or Google Play. Put in North Georgia Majestic Weather, download it, give it a spin. I think you'll like it. It's going to alert you on rain approaching your area, lightning detection, hail detection, severe weather alerts, hour-by-hour forecast, nice futurecast, power outage map. It's a great app. Go ahead and check it out. And this is brought to you by our weather app sponsor, Roof It Forward out of Woodstock, Georgia. They do some great quality work. One of the best roofing companies here in North Georgia. Have been putting that off. Give them a call. And they also give a portion of every job back to local children's charity here in Georgia. And we do appreciate them being our weather app sponsor. All right, that's y'all's update here for today. Again, I appreciate you guys checking us out here as we continue to plug along. We're getting closing in on 16,000 here on the subscriber channel on YouTube, and we got a long way to go to get to 50. That's our initial goal right here. So again, help us out, become part of this weather family, and just hit that subscribe button and make sure, very important, hit that notification bell because YouTube won't alert you on our updates if you don't. So go ahead and take care of that. Again, I appreciate you guys checking us out. Be good, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow. You guys enjoy the rest of your Monday. Bye-bye.